The story begins with me on a flight with my son. We're having dinner, and I'm flipping through a survival book. Probably because I plan to take him camping after we land. But suddenly everything turns into chaos. A heavy explosion wakes us up. The lights flicker, systems fail, and the entire plane starts collapsing. We crash hard. When I open my eyes again, I see a strange man, or something like a zombie, picking up my son. And before I can react, I faint again. When I finally wake up, I realize the airplane has split in half. My stomach is empty, I'm thirsty, and I need supplies. I start searching the wreckage for anything useful. I find the passenger list, which might help later in finding my son. With an axe in my hand, I step out of the plane. The survival book becomes my lifeline. It shows me how to craft tools and guide me through the basics. I begin exploring the island, marking the edge as my starting point. While circling the coastline, I find a shore with a small abandoned boat. Inside the boat, I discover clues that might explain what's happening. There's a locked door, probably needing a key card, and a Polaroid picture showing a disturbing four-legged monster. I wonder, could this be the same creature that kidnapped my son? I hunt a turtle with my crafted spear, collecting its meat and its shell, which I can use to gather water. I craft more items with the supplies I've collected, testing out my slingshot. With one shot, I hit a bird. Pretty impressive aim for a first try. Near the shore is a tent where I can save and sleep. Moving deeper into the woods, I find a pond, perfect as a long-term water source. I use the pot I found earlier to collect water and catch fish nearby for food. While searching for a place to build a shelter, I stumble upon a mysterious village. I see two sleeping cannibals. I quickly pull out a Molotov I crafted earlier and throw it at them. After they're down, I burn their bodies to collect bones, useful for making armor. I craft my first set of arrows because they're much more efficient in combat. I break open luggage around the village to collect meds, chocolate bars, batteries, and more. Before the day ends, I chop down 4 trees and build my first small cabin. On day 3, I wake up to 2 birds landing nearby. I grab my bow and shoot them to collect feathers. I go hunting again, and the bow proves extremely useful. I managed to get 3 rabbits. Their skins will be important later. I set up my campsite with a fire for cooking and a water collector. I boil water with the pot so it's safe to drink, and now all my stats are full. Exploring the woods again, I find another abandoned camp. Someone else had been here before me, leaving behind flares and arrows. After a long walk, I end up back where I started on day 1, the shore and the first tent. I return to the broken plain to loot everything properly, since I plan to travel farther and not come back. Continuing my journey, I come across a massive cannibal village. I see people hanging from trees, passengers from my flight. It's dark, eerie, and terrifying. Nearby, I spot a cave entrance. I build a cabin here, thinking this might be an important plot location. That night I try to sleep, but I'm greeted by what looks like a cannibal commander, carrying a weapon. I'm surrounded. The game won't let me sleep when enemies are nearby, so I have no choice but to fight. It was a bad idea setting up a cabin here. This must be their territory. After fighting the leader, who surprisingly disappears after 2 shots, I collect a huge amount of bones and reinforce my armor. In the morning, I finish gathering resources around the area. This place is a nightmare, so I mark my second cabin green and move on. I keep exploring and reach the edge of a high hill. I find a strange house and, surprisingly, one of my son's drawings hanging on a rock. Who put it there? Maybe I'm getting closer to him. I continue walking until I reach a river between 2 hills. Another tent appears, set up by a human, but there's nothing to loot. I spot a deer and take it down cleanly with my bow. The journey has taken me from morning to evening. I'm close to the snow biome, but I can't enter without warm clothing. I encounter a boar and manage to kill it with 2 arrows. Its skin will be useful later. As night falls, I try to return home by following the yellow and green cabin markers. Suddenly, a new objective appears. I've discovered a massive sinkhole. The task says, find a way to enter the sinkhole. It's huge and incredibly deep, not something I can just jump into. Nearby, I find a tent and another cave entrance. I set up my 3rd cabin. Night comes, and again I'm attacked nonstop. Even their tougher leader appears. I panic and run to the shoreline to survive. They can even revive each other now. My health drops to 20%. But sunrise saves me. I finish the cabin and save my game. With limited resources, I hunt birds again for feathers. I mark this third cabin purple. I realize I keep looping around the same areas, so it's time to explore caves. Back at the first yellow cabin, I set up permanent food supplies by building a wooden trap in a drying rack. I hang dried meat, which lasts longer and is easy to carry. I prepare weapons, crafting more arrows and building a handmade explosive using a circuit board, watch, coins, tape, and a bottle. I also attach tree sap to make it sticky when thrown. I do one last round of exploration, hunting boar, visiting an empty house near the sea. And after another day, I catch a rabbit in my trap. Sadly, it escapes when I try killing it inside the cabin. My drying rack is full, so food won't be a problem in the caves. I upgrade my arrows into poisoned arrows using berries. I start my cave exploration at the spot where so many cannibals attacked me earlier. It feels like the right place to begin.